2,000 years ago, the Mediterranean world was divided until one city rose to dominate it all. Rome did not begin with emperors or generals, but with farmers, bound to the soil. On 7 small hills by the Tiber River, a village of shepherds would soon transform into a legend. Around them, powers clashed. The Greeks, the Carthaginians, the kingdoms of the East.
From childhood, Romans learned the discipline of battle.
Rome absorbed ideas, languages, and gods from every neighbor.
Honor was forged in ritual, loyalty bound in blood. Brick by brick, the village became a city.
No one could yet imagine that this city would rise to rule the known world.
In 509 BC, the Romans cast out their kings and created the Republic, a government run not by one man, but by law.
The secret of Rome's rise lay not in wealth, but in discipline.
Every farmer was also a warrior. Rome was defended by its people, Inia, and conquered by them too.
For Rome!
Straight roads cut through the land, binding villages into an unshakable republic. From Italy, Rome began its march outward. But another power ruled the seas, Carthage, mistress of trade and ships.
In 264 BC, Rome declared war, fighting the first of 3 epic struggles called the Punic Wars.
Rome, a land power, learned to fight on water and turned the sea into their battlefield.
Then came Hannibal, the general who would terrify Rome.
At Cannae, Hannibal slaughtered nearly an entire Roman army in a single day.
But Rome would not surrender. Rome rose again, stronger with every defeat.
A young Roman general, Scipio, carried war to Carthage itself.
At Zama, Rome shattered Hannibal's elephants and his dreams.
Carthage was destroyed, its people sold into chains, its land cursed with salt. Now, no one could challenge Rome. For the first time, she tasted empire.
The Tacitus. Rome's true power did not lie in numbers alone, but in a system that bound its people and territories to ultimates. The Roman road was no ordinary dirt track. Built with stone, gravel, and precision, these roads, built straight and strong, the roads were not just for travel. They were instruments of control. Wherever Rome marched, the road followed. The roads carried more than armies. They carried trade, culture, and ideas, weaving the provinces into the fabric of empire. But roads were useless without order. Rome's laws created a common system of justice, binding diverse peoples under one legal framework. A farmer in Gaul, a trader in Hispania, or a citizen in Rome itself, each could appeal to the same law. Rome's elite understood control was not only force, but infrastructure. Roads, law, and water, yet the sword was never absent. The Roman army was the empire's backbone, disciplined, relentless, and feared by all. Training was brutal. Soldiers were drilled to fight with precision, to stab, not slash, to endure endless marches, and to obey without hesitation. A Roman general commanded more than troops. He commanded an idea, that Rome was unstoppable, eternal, and destined to rule. To Rome's enemies, the marching legions were not men. They are machines of conquest, whose discipline crushed resistance again and again.
Rome's power system was not luck, it was design. By combining force, law, water, and roads, they roads.
This was the Roman formula, unity through systems. Where others relied on kings or chance, Rome built a machine of civilization.
Language itself became a tool of control. Latin spread through the provinces, uniting peoples in a shared tongue of power.
Veterans were rewarded with land in conquered provinces, spreading Roman customs deep into local life, transforming frontiers into Roman heartlands. Trade flourished under Rome's protection. Roman coins, Roman goods, and Roman tastes flowed across borders, binding economies to the empire.
This process, Romanization, was deliberate. Through law, cities, language, and trade, Rome transformed conquered peoples into Romans.
But Rome did not only bind through duty, it bound through spectacle. Public entertainment.
Gladiators, slaves, criminals, or volunteers fought for survival and fame, their blood fueling Rome's hunger for spectacle.
Each duel was more than violence. It was theater, carefully staged, heavily financed, and designed to display Rome's might and generosity. The emperor's gesture decided life or death, reminding the crowd who held absolute power. Writers, poets, and artists immortalized the games, ensuring the empire's glory lived on through culture as much as conquest.
Through conquest, taxes, Romanization, and entertainment, Rome ruled not by fear alone, but
Yet agriculture remained Rome's backbone. Grain from Italy and the provinces fed not only the people, but the legions. Festivals filled the calendar, days of music, feasting, and games, uniting people in joy as much as law united them in duty.
Offerings of wine, bread, and fruit kept the gods appeased, weaving religion into every celebration.
Art adorned homes, temples, and tombs. Frescoes, mosaics, and sculptures turned even walls into eternal canvases.
Music and feasting filled banquets, where elites displayed wealth and guests recited poetry late into the night.
Verse. Rome's legacy did not die with its empire. Its system of power, its laws, its roads, and Roman law became the backbone of justice across Europe and beyond. Its principles echo in courts even today. Rome mastered engineering. Its aqueducts, roads, and concrete structures became symboli of endurance. Rome's army was more than soldiers. It was an institution, a machine of discipline, and from great cities to the smallest households, Roman life carried traditions, family, religion, economy. Modern infrastructure, from highways to city planning, traces its roots back to Roman roads and urban designs. Rome became the world's first superpower not merely through conquest, but by building systems, political, cultural, and Rome taught the world how to govern, how to build, and how to dream of greatness on a scale unseen before. Rome was the first superpower, not just of its age, but of history itself. Its rise,